Tonight, I learn to fly, Ezio gets caught clapping some cheeks, and Altair claps some cheeks. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. In tonight's video, we will be starting our journey to platinum every single Assassin's Creed game, which includes some absolute bangers. Some games I am dreading to play, and above all else, a lot of collectibles.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Unfortunately, we can't start where it all began with Assassin's Creed 1, as it didn't actually have any trophies, but we are able to play Assassin's Creed 2 thanks to the Ezio collection. To get the platinum, we need to earn 51 trophies, and quite a lot of these are earned naturally by completing the main story or through combat-related trophies. As always guys, if you enjoy the video, leave a like and subscribe as it does help out. And with all that out of the way, let's begin. So our journey begins with some backstory, as missing out the first game kind of misses out a lot of key details, so I will do my best to fill you all in. So our story started in 2012, where our main character Desmond Miles was kidnapped by a company called Abstergo Industries, or as they are secretly known as, the Templar Order. They'd done this as they wanted to use Desmond to find certain artifacts called Pieces of Eden that can control the minds of men. They do this by placing Desmond into a machine called the Animus. This allowed him to see and relive the events of his ancestors.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And the ancestor Abstergo were interested in was a member of the Assassin's Brotherhood during the Third Crusade in Masyaf, called Altair ibn Le-Ahad. By using the Animus, we see that Altair and two others were sent to retrieve an object called the Apple, which turns out to be a piece of Eden. Altair himself fails due to his arrogance and also breaks the 3 tenets of the Creed. This then forces his mentor and leader of the assassins, Al-Mualim, to strip him of his rank and force him to atone for his crimes. Altair is to do this by finding and killing 9 men throughout the Holy Lands, who he is told are Templars and threaten the Brotherhood. Finally, when he kills Robert de Sab, it is revealed to Altair that Al-Mualim himself is a Templar and is taken over the assassins so he can gain control of the Apple and enslave humanity. With the help of Malik, another assassin, Altair returns to Masyaf to confront his mentor, who has used the Apple to enslave the Brotherhood. It's here where Al-Mualim uses the Apple of Eden on Altair, but Altair is able to resist as he has a lot of Isu DNA. This allows him to resist the Apple and kill Al-Mualim.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
After this, we see because of his Isu DNA, he is able to interact with the Apple, and it reveals a map of the world showing off even more pieces of Eden and Isu temples. With the information they needed, the head scientist Vidic and his assistant Lucy Stillman remove Desmond from the Animus as they plan on executing him. But in his room alone, he is able to activate his 6th sense, and here he sees that there's cryptic writing on the wall by someone known as Subject 16, and it's here where the start of Assassin's Creed 2 begins. So our story picks up with us still in the room, staring at the wall, but this is when Lucy barges in covered in blood and demands we follow her.
Desmond, I promise I'll answer all of your questions later. But right now, I need you to just shut up and do what I say.
For another day, but we
Just leave it on. They've won apps.
So please, get in the Animus.
We then jump in the Animus quickly, and this is when Lucy activates the memories of another ancestor for us to view. Turns out we picked probably the worst moment, as we get to watch our ancestor being born, which means Desmond had to be born a second time, which is pretty fucking crazy. But it's not looking good for our ancestor, as he seems to be pretty dead.
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, Bev. It's not looking good.
So we throw a couple of left-right goodnights just to let everyone know we aren't dead. And it's here where we learn the name of our new ancestor.
And what shall we call him, my love?
Ezio. Ezio Auditori da Firenze.
Here we get a trophy for quite literally being born. After getting the information she needed from that, we begin to escape the Abstergo facility with Lucy. And it doesn't take her too long to show off that she is more than just a scientist.
There they are! Don't let them get away!
As we are following her though, we see tons of animuses. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Desmond, help me out.
Is it animuses?
And am I? What do you think, Lucy?
Desmond, shut the fuck up. Please.
Close to the exit, however, Lucy doesn't know the code, so Desmond activates Eagle Vision and is able to figure out the code, allowing us to leave.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Once in the car park, Lucy tells us to jump in the boot of the car, and this allows us to escape the Abstergo facility. Here we get a trophy for escaping Abstergo. So Lucy takes us to an abandoned warehouse in Rome where she plans to train Desmond to become an assassin, and she will do this by using the Animus, as you can learn the abilities of your ancestors by using something called the bleeding effect. But we are soon introduced to 2 more assassins.
I'm sorry, where are my manners? I'm Sean Hastings. This is Rebecca Crane.
Nice to meet you, Desmond.
Rebecca then hooks us up to her own homemade version of the Animus, and we can begin to follow the life of Ezio. We get a trophy for entering the Animus again. So we are taken to the year of 1476 in the city of Florence during the Italian Renaissance. Quickly, can I just say there's a lot of Italian names and I will try my best to pronounce them, but fuck me, everyone in this game has 7 middle names.
Peter, you can't speak Italian just because you have a mustache.
Tu sei un pazzo, va via da qui! Sono stanco di te, ti do un pugno nella testa! Ti uccido con questa carne!
It's here where Ezio's journey properly begins as a young man in the city, and it doesn't take us too long before we are fighting against Vieri de Pazzi, a member of a rival family, and, well, we're just too quick-witted for him.
Your sister seemed quite satisfied with the handling I gave her earlier.
Unfortunately, that remark doesn't go unanswered as we are hit across the lip with a stone, and this begins the brawl. So yeah, we just start to batter the absolute shit out of these little twats. That is until our older brother, Federico, shows up and plans on joining in on the fun. Not much changes though, as we just carry on singling people out and beating them until they are unconscious. Seeing this, it doesn't take Vieri too long before he runs for his life. We then basically begin the tutorial for the game and learn how to loot bodies, and we then also visit a doctor and heal some of her lost health. Instead of a quick stroll home, however, our brother challenges us to race him to the top of a nearby building, and as a veteran of these games, we whip him. But after winning the race, we keep climbing with him to the top of the tower and easily get one of the best intros to any game ever.
It is a good life we lead, brother.
The best. May it never change.
And may it never change us.
So Federico plans to head home, but Ezio, as we will come to see, has something the kids call W-Riz.
I'm charismatic, and I'm a petitive fruit.
So we appear outside the home of a woman called Christina, and Ezio works his magic.
May I come in?
Fine, but only for a minute.
A minute is all I need.
Indeed.
Well, wait, that came out wrong.
So poor Desmond has to sit and watch Ezio clap cheeks, and sadly for him, it won't be the last time.
I'm on your side.
But we see that we have overstayed our welcome as her father bursts into the room, so we have to make a quick exit out the window. We then report back to her father, Giovanni, who scolds us for fighting yesterday, but also kind of laughs it off, so I'm getting mixed vibes. But he wants us to deliver a few letters for him, so we rush off to do so. Here we then spend the next few minutes delivering some letters to a few of our father's friends. But once back at our house, we meet our father's other friend called Uberto for the first time, and we also tell our father we delivered the messages. The next morning we meet with our mother Maria, and she asks us to help her with a small job. Here where she brings us to meet with the legendary painter Leonardo da Vinci, as she has ordered a few things from him. So we get the fun job of carrying the paintings back to our house. Oh, and we also meet with her sister Claudia, and we beat the shit out of her boyfriend Duccio. Lastly, we speak with her younger brother Petruccio, who asks us to find all feathers for him, and this is the only collectible I don't mind doing, and well, if you know, you know. We get a trophy for doing a leap of faith off the top of Florence Gianto's Campanile. After this, we are back to delivering more letters for our father, and the man we hand the letter to demands we rush back and tell our father that they plan on striking tonight, whatever that means. So we then rush back to deliver the news. But as we arrive, we speak with one of the maids and also our sister and mother, who tell us that our father and 2 brothers have been arrested and are being held in a nearby tower. So we run off to try and speak with them. This is when we see the place is heavily guarded, and with no weapon we must sneak past the guards. But we do manage to climb the tower and speak with our father.
There is no time. Listen closely. Return to the house. In my office is a hidden door. Use your talent to find it. Beyond lies a chest. Take everything you find inside. Much of it may seem strange to you, but all of it is important. Do you understand?
Back at our home, we are able to use Eagle Vision to open a secret passage to a hidden room. Inside, we find and open the chest and take everything inside. Oh, and we also kill some guards who were after us. But we rush off to Uberto's house as we have evidence that our family is innocent. It's here where we tell him what has happened, and we hand him the evidence proving that our family has been framed. But he tells us that it's all a misunderstanding, and tomorrow he will announce that they are innocent and set them free. So the next morning we attend the trial, but we see that our family has been taken to the gallows.
No. Wait.
Giovanni Auditore, you and your accomplices stand accused of the crime of treason. I am bound to pronounce you guilty. You and your collaborators are hereby sentenced to death.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
After watching our father and 2 brothers hang, we rush forward, but we are soon taught that we are outmatched. So, disarmed and outnumbered, we have to run for our life. And after climbing the building, we blend in with a few strangers and lose the guards. Here, we get a trophy for finishing sequence 1, another trophy for scanning a glyph. We then enter a brothel, and this is where our family maid took our sister and mother. This is when we are introduced to her sister, Paula. When we reveal our plan to kill Uberto, she says that we aren't to kill her, but she can help us become one. We then do a quick tutorial about blending in with people to avoid suspicion, blah blah blah. After this, she tells us to bring our father's broken blade to Leonardo, as he is more than just a painter. We then meet with our friend, and after a quick introduction, we give him the blade. It's here, with the help of some codex pages, that he believes he can repair the blade.
The blade. I managed to decode that parchment of yours. It showed me exactly what to do. Now all that's left is to remove your ring finger.
Being the genius he is, we no longer need to sacrifice our ring finger like the assassins of old, so we keep our finger and the blade. We get a trophy for sprinting for 100 meters uninterrupted, and another for synchronizing 10 viewpoints. Back at the brothel, we talk with Paula again and tell her we fixed the blade, and we then show her our hidden blade.
I've given you the skills. Leonardo's given you the blade. All that remains is the deed.
We then take off in search of Uberto. It doesn't take us long to find the fat bastard, and we see he is in conversation with what looks to be a very wealthy man. Using our new skills, we blend in with the priests to close the distance on Uberto, and we then use the oldest trick in the book to distract the guards. This then allows us to walk down Uberto and avenge our family for his betrayal.
The Auditori are not dead! I'm still here! Me! Ezio! Ezio Auditore!
I'm kind of retarded. After brutally murdering a man in front of dozens and then announcing our name, we take off running to escape the guards. Again, back at the brothel, we tell Paolo that we plan to leave the city and take our remaining family with us, as our uncle Mario Auditore has a villa outside the city where we can stay. But We are then reunited with our family, and sadly we have to break the news to them that our father and brothers have been killed. So we start to escort the ladies outside the city, and once outside we can head towards the country to our uncle's villa. Here we get a trophy for finishing sequence 2. We then finally arrive just outside the villa, but of course that little prick Vieri sees this as a perfect chance to ambush and finish us and our family off once and for all.
Finish him! And do not spare the women! What sorcery is this?
Not sorcery, boy. Skill.
Show yourself!
As you wish. Here, use this.
Kill them! Kill them all!
With the stranger's help, we're able to cut down the last few remaining Patsy men with ease. After this short battle, the stranger introduces himself to us.
Don't you recognize me? It's me, Mario!
Uncle Mario?
It's been too long, Nipote. Far too long.
So our Uncle Mario leads us inside the villa and we begin to tell him all that has happened. But he is surprised to realise that our father never told him who we really are or what his true purpose was. But he promises in time he will tell us everything.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
We get a trophy for unlocking Subject 16 video. So we plan on leaving, but Mario insists we stay and learn to at least fight a bit better, so if we do leave we can defend ourselves. We then spend several weeks training to become a more capable fighter, and Mario is still bewildered that we don't know what the robes mean or what order our father was a part of. After the training, however, we still do plan on taking our family and leaving. This results in an argument between uncle and nephew. That all changes, however, when we are informed that Vieri de Patsy has been attacking our uncle because of us, so we do plan on helping him after all. Later that night, we ride off in search of Mario and his men. Shortly after this, we regroup with Mario and he has a plan to take down Vieri, so he and his men will create a distraction, allowing us to climb the walls and open the gate inside the city. Once inside, we take out a few archers and then open the main gate for everyone else. We then rush in and help deal with Vieri's forces. Once they are all killed, we climb a tower and begin to search for him, and it doesn't take us too long to find him.
It's settled. Vieri, you will remain here to coordinate the mercenary. Francesco will organize our forces in the city and send word when it's time to strike. Jacopo, your job is to calm the citizens once the deed is done. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
May the Father of Understanding guide you.
After this, Mario's men rush in and engage the Patsy forces, so seeing our chance, we confront Vieri and his 2 bodyguards.
I've been looking forward to this.
To his credit, we do have a drawn-out duel. That is until we switch to our hidden blades, and as he overextends, we counter with a killing blow.
Merda! Vorrei solo che avessi sofferto di più! Hai avuto la fine che meritavi! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect.
Uncle Mario then shows up and shows us how to treat a dead adversary with respect.
Che la morte ti dia le pace che cercavi. Requiesca in pace.
Back at the villa, us and the lads begin our celebrations after defeating our enemies. Here Mario then tells us about the man in the robes we seen, and he is called Rodrigo Borgia, the Grand Master of the Templar Order, but Ezio decides that our next target will be Vieri's father, Francesco de Pazzi. Before we leave, however, Mario tells us about the codex pages that are in the villa.
Your father and I managed to make out bits of a prophecy scrawled across these pages. It was written by an assassin like us, who long ago held a piece of Eden. His name was Altair.
It's here where Ezio says he will find the rest and take them to Leonardo to decipher. We get a trophy for finishing sequence 3. Here we get a trophy for upgrading a building in the villa. Mario has one last thing to show us before we leave, a hidden entrance. This leads us underneath the villa to several statues of some of the Assassin's Brotherhood's greatest members. If we are able to find 6 seals, we can recover his armour, so it's another thing to keep an eye out for. We then head back to Florence, and the year is now 1478. Immediately we are reunited with our friend Leonardo again. Here we show him some more codex pages. After this he is able to upgrade our hidden blade, giving us 2 blades instead of just 1, but he also tells us to seek out La Volpe, as he is a master thief with a spy network, and after chasing down a thief who stole from us, we come face to face with this Volpe. Having a vast spy network, he is able to tell us about a Templar meeting tonight, which will lead us to Francesco. It's here where he teaches us about the catacombs beneath the city, and he says if we enter them, we will be able to find the Templar meeting. So we test out our new hidden blades, and after this we're able to open the secret entrance to the catacombs. Unfortunately, we see that the catacombs are guarded by some of the Paxi's men, so we will have to kill them so they don't alert the Templars. We then just parkour our way around these tombs to open the lock gates. After this, we then confront and start to kill the guards. These guys never stood a chance, but we soon find where the meeting is taking place.
It's all here. Swords, staves, axes, armor, bows. Our men will want for nothing.
So it doesn't take a genius to work out the plan on assassinating someone, but we never hear who.
May the Father of Understanding guide us.
May the Father of Understanding guide us.
Luckily, however, we do find one of the 6 seals needed for Altair's armour. Here we get a trophy for finding the assassin's tomb under Santa Maria Novella. Later that night we are able to escape the tombs. It's at the exit where we speak with Volpe, and we fill him in on the details, but neither of us know exactly what they have planned. We get a trophy for hiding 5 bodies in haystacks, another one for finding the assassin's tomb inside the Santa Maria del Fiore, yet another for tackling a Borgia courier. The next morning we arrive and search for the Templars. It's here where we see a few main figures of the city arrive, but this is when we learn he was one of the Templars' targets, and also so is his brother who we seen earlier. This is when Francesco finishes off one of the brothers. After this he rushes over to kill the second.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Obviously we step in and start to cut down the Templars' men while also trying to protect the man. This is when I seize my chance to kill Francesco, but after cutting down several of his men in front of him, he runs for his life. With all them dead, we rush over to help the dying man as he is bleeding heavily. With the city fighting amongst itself, we escort him back to his home. Once inside, he thanks us for our help, but also introduces himself as Lorenzo de' Medici. But we also tell him who we are as well.
Francesco de' Pazzi. Help save our city, Auditore. Kill him.
With the city in turmoil, we see Francesco is well guarded at the top of the tower where our father was kept before his murder. So yet again we climb this tower, but this time we have weapons. Once at the top we confront him. Instead of facing us, he jumps off the tower.
Oh my god!
So, like a true assassin, we leap off and follow him. And unfortunately for Francesco, he was quick, but just not quick enough. And we managed to kill him as he flees.
Meglio essere felici in questa vita che aspirare a esserlo nella prossima. Requiescat in pace.
After this, we see his co-conspirator and fellow Templar, Jacopo, arrives and begins to rile the crowd up. But he soon changes his tune when the body of Francesco is stripped and hung from the city's walls. This makes him flee for his life. Here we get a trophy for finishing sequence 4. Here we begin sequence 5, still in Florence. Here we're speaking with Lorenzo and he tells us how both our families have been close for years. So he will help us in whatever way we can. He also tells us that more conspirators than just Jacopo escaped. And he soon tells us the names of the men we must kill.
Antonio Maffei, Archbishop Francesco Salviati, Stefano da Bagnone, and Bernardo Baroncelli.
So we must kill 4 others and Jacopo himself. We get a trophy for stealing 1,000 florins, another one for throwing 300 florins on the ground, and yet another for defending a woman's honour. As usual, we head to Leonardo's and give him some more codex pages. and with this he is able to upgrade our hidden blade, allowing us to poison people now.
2 seconds later.
We get a trophy for assassinating a poisoned enemy and another for winning a race. We then return to Mario and tell him we are looking for Jacopo and his allies, but he tells us that he has gone into hiding, so we will need to flush him out by killing the other conspirators. We also hand him some of the deciphered codex pages, and he says that only the prophet may open the way. Neither of us have any idea what's going on, but while me and Mario were training, one of his men rushes over and says they have found some of Jacopo's co-conspirators. Here we get a trophy for finding the assassin's tomb inside the Torre Grossa. So, speaking with Mario's men, he tells us that Antonio Maffei has taken refuge on top of a nearby tower and is being covered by his archers, so getting to him will be pretty tough. But the next morning we begin to climb the tower so we can reach him. Oh, and we also pick off any of the archers we find, because am I fuck getting shot while trying to climb up and having to do this all over again.
Another one. Another one.
Let go!
But almost as soon as we reach the top of the tower, the duel between us gets brought to an end with a swift 1-2 with the hidden blades.
Away with you, demon!
Have some respect for death, my friend. Che tu possa al fine trovare riposo nel corpo e nella mente. Requiescat in pace.
With one conspirator dead, we hunt for the second nearby, and well, this fat fuck can't outrun us at all.
There is still time for you to clear your conscience.
We gather at the church when a meeting is called.
Mi duole dover giungere a tanto. Requiescat in pace.
With him dead, we take off running from the guards, but also towards where the third conspirator is. We then use the oldest trick in the book again, hiding with the priests. And once inside, we soon spot our next target. We simply run up to him and end his life.
Ora sei libero dalla paura. Requiescat in pace.
After that, we mount a nearby horse and escape with ease. We are then told that the last of Jacopo's conspirators has locked himself inside his villa, so by using Mario's men as bait, we are able to sneak our way inside. Soon, however, we are able to spot the target and he is surrounded by guards. Unfortunately for him though, we still find a way to kill him.
You Templars!
He knows you come for him, emerging only in darkness to meet with the others.
That answers when. Now tell me where. La fede dovrebbe dare conforto, non pena. Requiescat in pace.
So, not wanting to fight an entire city's worth of guards, we run for our lives and escape. After killing all his co-conspirators, we see that Jacopo has finally revealed himself. So, we start to follow the old man to wherever he is headed. Here where we see that he is leaving the city and heading to a nearby ruin just outside the city's walls. So, we decide to eavesdrop on the meeting.
I'm sorry, Maestro. I did all I could, but the assassin proved too strong.
You're goddamn right.
Here we learn that Rodrigo Borgia doesn't take failure lightly. Wow, I was just going to kill the old man, but fuck, that was brutal. It's around here where we get spotted and dragged before Rodrigo, and I can't lie, bright white robes at night time probably wasn't too hard to spot Ezio, but we don't plan on being held for long. While Rodrigo flees, we have to stay and cut down his guards, and seriously, there's a lot of them. But with the use of a smoke bomb, we're able to confuse the remaining guards and take them all out. This is when we put Jacopo out of his misery.
I'm alive!
Vai, amico. Libero da fardelli e paure. Requiescat in pace.
We get a trophy for finishing Sequence 5. We begin Sequence 6 2 years later, still in Florence. But we speak with Lorenzo again, and he thanks us for everything we have done for him personally and for the city. But we tell him we are heading to Venice next, as that's where the other Templars are. So we begin to ride towards Venice. It's here in the mountains where we encounter our old friend Leonardo, and we give him a hand with his broken wagon.
Al diavolo, I can't hold it in anymore. Ezio, I think I figured out how to make a man fly.
But while our duo is taking his wagon to Venice, we soon see we're being followed by Borgia men. This is when we channel our inner Vin Diesel and start to drift the wagon around, trying to knock the Borgia men off the wagon. So to save Leonardo, we plan to give him the reins and stay behind as they aren't after him. Staying behind, we're able to slowly cut down each Borgia man one at a time. Obviously this isn't Venice, it's a small city called Forlì, but we need to come through here to get a boat to Venice. We get a trophy for finding the assassin's tomb inside the Rocca di Ravaldino fortress. After this, we meet with Leonardo to book passage to Venice, but we're informed that without a pass we cannot enter the city, so we're pretty fucked. That is until a nearby lady is trapped on a small island, so Ezio, never passing up a chance to drop some riz, decides to rescue her. No idea how she got stuck here, but whatever. It turns out she basically runs this place and is able to speak with the ship captain and book us passage to Venice. We get a trophy for finishing sequence 6.
Be careful, Ezio. Do you know who that was?
My next conquest.
I don't think so, Ezio. That's Caterina Sforza, daughter of the Duca di Milano. Her husband is...
Husband?
Si, her husband is the Lord of Forlì. That woman is as powerful and dangerous as she is young and beautiful.
Sempre come una donna per me.
It's here where the crew wake Desmond up, as Sean says if we spend too long in the Animus, we will start to see our ancestors without being in the Animus, which sounds terrifying. But Lucy wants to see if any of Ezio's skills have rubbed off on us, so she set up a small test, and obviously we're able to prove that this is working as we easily parkour around the warehouse. But we also speak to her again about Subject 16, you know, the crazy guy who Abstergo experimented on before us. Yeah, he's the one whose blood was written on the wall in the beginning, but as we try return, we see what Sean was saying comes true, and before you know it, Desmond has passed out. No fucking way. The nostalgia I felt playing this again was crazy. But as Altair, we see his target is running into the fortress in Acre, so we follow. Honestly, I cannot explain how many hours I pumped into Assassin's Creed 1 back in the day. I'd know this city like the back of my hand. Soon, our target enters the tower and locks the door. If you played Assassin's Creed 1, however, you know this particular jump is fucking impossible. Altair, just grab the fucking beam.
I am going to commit suicide.
Finally, after bursting several blood vessels, I'm able to climb the tower.
It's the woman from 8. What's her name? Maria. Yeah. I wonder what he wants with her. Whoa. Alright, wasn't expecting that.
For anyone wondering, Altair nearly killed Maria the first time they met.
Flashback.
What sorcery is this?
Yeah, this is the second time Desmond has had to watch his ancestors fuck. I then take in the area one last time, as I will probably never ever be here again. Unless they remaster Assassin's Creed 1. Please, Ubisoft, do it.
No, I don't think I will.
As Altair jumps away, however, we see that Maria is pregnant, so Altair will probably disappear to get some milk and never be seen again. After that crazy dream, Desmond wakes back up several hours later, and here we can jump back into the Animus. We get a trophy for completing Desmond's training. Back as Ezio, we finally arrive in Venice in the year of 1481. Right away, our duo is being given a tour of the city. It's here where we see a local thief running for her life, so I wonder what all that's about. We are soon shown the home of Emilio, our next target, and it's crazy how well guarded it is. It's also safe to say that the guards who work for Emilio are slightly corrupt, as they are stealing the money from the merchants and locking up anyone who resists. After that, we escort Leonardo to his new workshop inside the city so we can still rely on his help in Venice as well. We then do begin to scout where Emilio lives. This is interrupted by those same thieves from earlier, barging past the guards. This was obviously a distraction, so the woman we seen earlier has a free shot to climb the wall, and I must say she is a great climber. That is until she has an arrow in her leg and falls about 20 feet. Never one to let a woman get harmed, Ezio starts to escort her. Once she is no longer able to walk, we take it upon ourselves to carry her, and after a short journey we then hand her over to some of her friends on a boat and they can bring her the rest of the way. While they travel by boat, we follow them from shore and kill any of Emilio's men who would hinder their journey. Shortly after this, they arrive at their headquarters, so we carry the woman inside, who is called Rosa. Here we work with another man at removing the arrow, and we also bandage her wounds, stopping her from bleeding to death.
I am a surgeon!
Inside we speak with a man, and he is called Antonio, and he leads the Thieves Guild around here. They also want to stop Emilio, and he says we should work together to do this. He asks we help his men with a few tasks, and once this is done we can attack Emilio. So we speak with Rosa, and Ezio drops his usual charm.
So, what brings you to me?
I was hoping you could help me with something.
And that would be...
I want to learn to climb the way you do.
Oh.
Give it to us, raw and wriggling.
She then decides to teach us how to climb further and faster, which we will need to be able to scale Emilio's villa.
So, how did I do?
I've seen better.
You wound me with your cruel words.
We get a trophy for buying a painting from Florence and Venice. Next up, we plan on stealing some guard uniforms. This is so Antonio's men can disguise themselves as the archers after we kill them. So, after stealing 3 sets of armor, we deliver it to his men by boat. After this, we return to Antonio and Rosa.
Your good work has restored us to our former strength, Ezio. We are ready to strike.
So, we will kill all the archers first. And once this is done, his men will take their place.
In bocca al lupo.
Crepi lupo.
Now, I don't speak Italian, but I'm pretty sure that means let's fucking go. We then start to pick off the archers one at a time. After that, we regroup with our crew and we're able to see that his men are taking their places as we speak. So once outside Emilio's villa, we use the thieves just like before to distract the guards. And with the skills we have learned from Rosa, we're able to climb and leap further than normal, allowing us to scale the building. So we carry on climbing the building and taking out any guards who get in our way.
Your little house of cards is crumbling, Emilio.
A minor setback. It will be dealt with. This povero scemo Antonio and his thieves.
Never mind then. It's the assassin you should be worried about.
Why? Is he in Venezia?
He's been here for weeks. How could you be so blind?
Luckily for us, the security inside is a lot weaker than outside. This allows us to straight up walk to Emilio and kill him.
I feel no fear, assassin. Only regret. I sought unity, stability, order.
At too great a cost.
Progress demands sacrifice.
Non trova alcuna gioia in questo, ma non c'è altro modo. Requiescat in pace.
After he dies, us and Rosa open the gates for the rest of the gang. We tell Antonio that Emilio was meeting with a man called Carlo, so he is our next target. Here we got a trophy for finishing sequence 7, another one for completing an assassination mission, and the trophy for finding the assassin tomb inside the Basilica di San Marco. We then encounter our next target wandering the streets with what I'm sure is another Templar, but we are soon able to follow these two without their knowledge. This is when we see them meet with another 2 Templars, so we've pretty much hit the jackpot here.
He could be anywhere. He could be here right now and we might not even know. He struck Emilio inside his own palazzo.
And so, what of our plans?
There is no longer time for subtlety, my brothers. We must act now.
But we then follow these 4 as they are meeting someone even more important. Rodrigo Borgia appears and issues orders to them saying that the Doge will be assassinated tonight and it's Carlo who will carry out the deed. We then rush back to Emilio's former villa and there we find Rosa waiting for us.
Yo, I'm down bad, bro.
Carlo Grimaldi and the Barbarigo are in league with the one they call the Spaniard. They're going to murder the Doge and replace him with one of their own. They will have all of Venezia, their entire fleet, in their grasp.
After telling her and Antonio what we know, he says we can scout out where the Doge lives and see if we can exploit a weakness. Once outside the plaza, we see no weaknesses, and also that it is guarded by at least 100 men, so this will not be easy. Antonio then says the only thing getting in or out of the plaza is a bird, which gives us an idea. We then head over to speak with Leonardo once again and ask him about the claim he made earlier that he thinks he can make a man fly.
Have you tried it? No, it's too dangerous. To test it, you'd have to leap off a tower. Who would be mad enough to do a thing like that?
2 seconds later.
Yeah, it looks like we're mad enough to do this.
And gentlemen, start your
So Ezio takes a run up and leaps off a nearby tower with the glider, and to fucking no one's surprise, we start to lose altitude right away, and within seconds we crash. Da Vinci doesn't really care, however, as he is just surprised it works, but he gets to thinking about how he can extend the flight, and it doesn't take the genius too long to figure it out. So he wants to build massive fires throughout the city, and the hot air will push the glider back up into the air, giving us a way to prolong our flights. That night we see that Antonio's men have placed tons of fires all throughout Venice. So with us running out of time to save the Doge, we begin. We then launch ourselves off the rooftops and instantly start getting fired at. So we have to fly from fire to fire, as this is the only way we can stay in the air long enough to reach the plaza. We also have to do this while trying to avoid any arrows, but it's also just pure luck at times. We got a trophy for kicking a guard while using the flying machine. After flying for several minutes, we finally spot the plaza, and it's here where we try to land inside the plaza. Once inside, we easily just climb our way down until we reach the Doge and Carlo.
Stop! Signore, don't drink that!
You are too late. The Doge is dead.
What? Carlo?
Apologies, Signore. But you should have listened to me when you had the chance.
Unfortunately for Carlo, he probably didn't think he would be getting chased today, so he's no real plan of escape, and we easily catch and kill him.
We kill thinking it's best for us. Do we not, Messer Ezio?
I do this not for myself. Compio questo sacrificio per il bene superiore. Requiescat in pace.
After this, the Doge comes stumbling out poisoned and muttering that someone killed him. So his brain-dead guards believe it was us, and this forces us to run for our lives.
I'm kind of retarded.
So we do the old double back trick and lure the guards back up the steps, where we simply jump past them all and just sprint out the front gates. Here we get a trophy for finishing Sequence 8. We then begin Sequence 9 still in Venice in the year 1486. Here we get a trophy for finding the assassin tomb inside the Santa Maria della Visitazione, and another one for spending 5,000 florins on the courtesans. So after finding all 6 assassin tombs and their seals, I decided to return to the Villa Auditore quickly. With these 6 seals we are able to open and claim Altair's armor.
Thank you, Altair, for this great gift. May it shield me from my enemies.
Back in Venice, we speak with Leonardo, and everyone thinks we killed the Doge.
None of it's true. It's BS. They made it up. They lie.
So, with everyone looking for us, he says that it's a good thing it's Carnivale, as we can wear a mask and hide our identity. But he also decodes a few more codex pages and gives us another upgrade for the hidden blade, which will be very useful soon. So we enter a nearby brothel and find Antonio is having a great time. This is when we are introduced to Teodora, who seems to be another one of Antonio's friends. With the Doge dead, Marco, another Templar, has taken his place. So once again we set out to kill him. This is when Teodora says he will have to attend the Carnivale, as it's expected of the Doge to be there, so this will give us the chance to kill him. To do this, we need to compete in some games and win a golden mask, as whoever has this mask gets an invite to the Doge's personal party, giving us the chance to strike. So our trio finally arrive outside where the festivities are taking place. Here we see it as 2 Templars who are in control of the golden mask, but if we win all 4 games, we can claim the mask.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning, and you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore.
Our first game is going to be a cakewalk, as we have to get ribbons off some nearby ladies, and, well, it's Ezio. So this will be a walk in the park.
Sin City wasn't made for you.
run around like a headless chicken using every pickup line and one-liner we know to get them to give us the ribbons. No one's surprised we won the event and are one step closer to winning the mask.
Because maybe I'm too good, I don't know why.
Next up is a good old-fashioned capture the flag. So we must race our opponent and return it to our base to win. As you can see, we're going all out to win as I fling myself off the building and then dart past our opponent. After this, we return the flag and win the game. Next up, we quite literally just have a race against the clock. So as someone who spends 90% of their time running, we all know we have this in the bag. As we keep winning, we only need one last game to win the mask, and I'm sure the Templars aren't going to make it easy. For our last game, we must be the last man standing in a brawl. It doesn't take us too long before we're knocking out every single combatant sent into the arena with us. After that, one of the Templars, Dante, decides he will join in to teach us a lesson.
2 seconds later.
But not one to give up easily, the Templars send in some armed guards. So we take the knife off one of them and use it to kill every single one of them. Because we won all 4 games, we go on stage as they announce the winner. Oh, you dirty fucking little cheats, they give the mask to Dante. I then decide to hunt them down, and by using the ladies again, we distract them and steal the golden mask. So we toss our old mask and put the new one on. As we enter the party, Theodora speaks to us and says that Marco is on a boat, but he will be giving a speech soon, so we just have to stay hidden until then. As usual, I decide to just hide in a haystack. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Soon, however, Marco shows himself to give a speech to the people, but he is on a boat and thinks himself safe. This is when we use Leonardo's upgrade for the hidden blade and shoot him dead.
No. It's too soon. I'm not ready.
We rarely are. Che la morte non sia crudele. Requiescat in pace.
With him dead and his guards swarming us, we simply climb up onto the roof and escape by throwing ourselves in the water and swimming away. We arrive back at the brothel and tell everyone that Marco is dead, but Ezio is soon dragged away to celebrate.
A few inches later.
That was fantastic.
We get a trophy for finishing Sequence 9. So, Sequence 10 starts in Venice, still in the year of 1486. Here, Ezio is speaking with the new Doge and Antonio, and they have located Silvio and Dante, our next 2 targets. But they have over 200 men working for them, so we need an army of our own.
I figured you'd say as much. Bartolomeo d'Alviano is the man you seek. He and his men have little love for Silvio. He resides within the military district, southwest of L'Arsenale.
As we get closer to his location, we find one of his men lying severely wounded by an arrow, and he tells us that Bartolomeo has been captured by Silvio's men. So we drop down and kill the remaining guards.
About goddamn time! I don't know if I should kiss you or slap you. Maybe both, just to be safe.
That's quite alright.
After this, we start to escort him back to his headquarters. Once inside, we see he is going crazy looking for Bianca. Must be his wife or something.
Oh, my darling. Thank God you're all right. Ezio, meet Bianca. Bianca, Ezio.
Charmed.
We then plan on how to kill Silvio. So we will lead some of his men to certain spots around the city, and they will start to cause trouble. This will divide up Silvio's men, giving us a chance to strike. So we begin to bring his men to various spots throughout the city and also kill some of Silvio's men. After picking off these last few guards, we have finally placed enough of his men throughout the city, allowing us to spring our plan. Here we get a trophy for sweeping 5 enemies with a long weapon at once. With everything ready, we speak with Bartolomeo again, and this is when he gives us a flare to fire into the sky, triggering our distraction. So we start to rush over to where we can fire the flare. This leads to us climbing a nearby tower so that the flare can be seen throughout the city easily. And once we reach the top, we fire the flare into the sky. As we can see from up here, this sets the entire area into a war zone with both sides locked in small skirmishes throughout the city. With no time to waste, we take a leap of faith to get back down into the action. Once down, Bartolomeo tells us to chase Silvio and Dante down, while he and his men will hold the guards back. This leads to us chasing both Templars as they are trying to run to a nearby ship that is leaving the harbour. But we soon get ourselves a cheeky 2-for-1.
What's happened here? Why the boats? I thought you saw the Doge's seat.
Just a distraction. We were meant to sail.
Sail where?
I'll never tell. Cyprus is their destination. They want...
Non temete l'oscurità. Accettate il suo braccio. Requiescant in pace.
Our men then begin to celebrate, but not Ezio, as with no fresh information or leads, we're sort of lost. But at least for now, Venice is somewhat safe. We get a trophy for finishing sequence 10. Once again, we're still in Venice, but 2 years has passed. We start this sequence with a surprise visit from Rosa on Ezio's birthday.
Is it? It's been over 10 years since I watched my father and brothers die. 10 years hunting the men responsible. So close to the end now, but no closer to understanding what any of it was for.
It's here where she reveals she has information on the Templar boat that visited Cyprus. But just before things got interesting, Leonardo shows up yet again. As we walk and talk with him, he tells us he deciphered more of the Codex pages, and they also speak of a prophet who will open the way, but it also speaks of needing 2 pieces of Eden. So Ezio figures out that Rodrigo's entire plan was to find this vault, and that's why he had our family killed as well as others. So we need to find the Templars as they return to Venice. We got a trophy for tinting our clothes a certain colour, and another for repairing our villa back to 80%. Soon we see the Templars arriving back in Venice with an artifact, but we also see Uncle Mario has been tailing them.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
And so begins yet another one of the famous Assassin's Creed tailing missions. Honestly, they aren't too bad until the later games where you're doing like 15 tailing missions every sequence, but for now they're okay. We do follow the guard who has the artifact for several minutes.
6.5 hours later.
He then arrives at his destination with some other guards and they begin to get the artifact ready to give to Rodrigo Borgia. But we do have other plans. So we then kill and hide this guard in the hay, and once no one is around, we manage to change into his uniform. We then grab the box containing the artifact and begin to follow the captain to Rodrigo, and after a few minutes we spot Rodrigo. No messing around, we decide to kick this off by killing the captain right away, and we follow this up by killing his 2 friends.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
This is when Rodrigo here claims that he is the prophet the Codex spoke of, and he also demands that we give him the Apple of Eden.
No.
We then begin to duel the fat twat and counter every single attack, but he soon invites some friends along who we end up killing with ease.
Uncle! Don't worry, Nipote. You are not alone.
Both Mario and Volpe show up just in time, along with a few other good friends of ours.
Let's fucking go.
This then begins a small battle over the apple, and we try to single out on target Rodrigo straight away, but as we go to end it, he manages to give us the slip. This is when Paolo shows up and helps us to our feet, and here we see every single friend we've made over the last few years all in one place.
A prophet's arrival was foretold, and unbeknownst to us, here you are. Perhaps all along you were the one we sought.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Niccolò di Bernardo de Machiavelli. I am an assassin, just like you, and each one of us here.
You are all assassins? Paola. Volpe.
It's true, Nipote. We have all been guiding you for years. teaching you the skills you would need to join our ranks. I think it's time.
With Ezio finally being deemed worthy enough, we meet the other assassins in a nearby tower.
Where other men blindly follow the truth, remember,
Nothing is true.
where other men are limited by morality or law, remember,
Everything is permitted.
we work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
We then follow this up by getting branded with the assassin logo. At least he gets to keep his finger. So after the ceremony is complete, everyone goes their separate ways, and we take our first leap of faith as an actual assassin. We get a trophy for finishing sequence 11. Desmond then quickly gets shot out of the Animus, but decides since we're so close to the end to carry on. This is when Sean gives us some good information and says that Rodrigo Borgia became the Pope in 1492. So he is insanely powerful at the minute, and also probably touches kids, so I'll have no problem killing him. We jump back to Ezio as us and Leonardo are trying to figure out what the Apple of Eden actually does, but as Ezio grabs it, it emits a beam of energy from the apple, shocking and stunning everyone in the room. So to make sure this weapon doesn't end up in Templar hands, we're to bring it to Caterina Sforza in Forley.
Thank you for everything, my oldest friend.
We then arrive in Forley in the year 1488. Once we arrive, we speak with Caterina straight away. So us and Machiavelli start to escort her back inside the city walls. But as we are walking, we are soon interrupted. Turns out 2 local mercenaries who Caterina once hired to kill her husband have attacked Forley on Rodrigo Borgia's orders. So we decide to take a boat and try to sneak our way inside the city walls, and it doesn't take long for us to find an opening. Once inside, we simply kill the 2 guards guarding the gate and then operate the gate winch, opening the gates to Forley. After that, we join the battle down below, and seriously, we just start to mow down enemy after enemy with little effort, single-handedly winning this small battle. Here we get a trophy for killing 10 enemies without getting hit. Once back inside, we see that 2 of Caterina's children are still outside the walls and are missing. But before we could say anything else, the 2 brothers show up.
Ludovico and Gecko, at your service.
Shut up, bitch!
So these 2 little pricks want the map, and they also want the apple in exchange for her kids. Fuck that, I'll happily let them die. Don't worry, Caterina, I'll get them both back. So we start to sneak our way back out of the city to find both of the children, but it doesn't take us long to find the first. She tells us that they have her brother nearby on top of a tower, so we begin to climb the tower while time is running out. Once at the top, we kill the first brother.
Or are you the fool, dying for a handful of change? Was it worth it?
More than you know. The maestro gains his prize because of me.
Muori col tuo orgoglio, per quanto vale. Requiescat in pace.
And we quickly free her son. Once we reunite the children with their mother, she says that it was all a distraction, as the other brother attacked us as soon as we left and now has the apple.
Fuck.
So, just slightly pissed off, we start to hunt down the second brother, and quite literally he was just outside the city walls, so we catch and kill him really, really quickly.
So, you have your prize again.
Was it worth it? So much bloodshed.
A prize of such value. It will not remain yours for long.
We shall see. Che miserie nascono dall'avidità. Requiescat in pace.
But before he dies, he manages to stick us in the gut with a knife, leaving us helpless. But at least we got the apple back.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Oh, I fucking swear if you take that just as we got it back, I'm going to be so pissed.
No! 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 Fuck!
shit!
We then wake up sometime later inside Foley. Luckily, Ezio can remember what the man looked like, so we do have our next target. Katarina then decides to give us the map with the remaining codex pages. We then quickly find a nearby priest and ask him does he know of any other priests who match the description of the man we seen take the apple, but he says someone else might know. Yeah, we just have to spend the next couple of minutes running around Foley asking priests, do they know the man? But luckily for us, we find a priest and he tells us the man we are looking for is called Savonarola. We then have a massive time jump to the year 1497 and we are back in Florence. Inside the city, we speak with Machiavelli and he tells us that Savonarola has used the Apple of Eden to mind control the main figures of Florence, allowing him to control the city. So we start to make our way to where Savonarola stays. Once outside where he is staying, we come to the plan on killing all of the mind controlled leaders. And once they are dead, the people will revolt and overthrow Savonarola. So it's time to put our skills to the test.
Why the Fieno must not fall?
After wiping out Savonarola's friends, the assassins meet outside his home. With the people revolting and his closest allies dead, he has only one trick left to play.
You will do as I command! You will submit!
Oh, for fuck's sake, can people stop grabbing the apple? Luckily, we do find and catch the man who grabbed it, and we get the apple back for like the 14th time this video. Later that night, we see the people of Florence aren't too happy with Savonarola, and they plan on burning him to death at the pyre. But Ezio doesn't intend to let him suffer.
It's you. I knew this day would come. Please, show mercy.
I have. Ma ora, che sia il tuo Dio a giudicarti. Requiescat in pace.
22 years ago, I stood where I stand now. Watched my loved ones die. Betrayed by those I had called friends. Vengeance clouded my mind. Would have consumed me. Were it not for the wisdom of a few strangers. Taught me to look past my instincts. They never preached answers, but guided me to learn from myself. We don't need anyone to tell us what to do. Not Savonarola, not the Medici. We are free to follow our own path. There are those who will take that freedom from us. Too many of you gladly give it. But it is our ability to choose whatever you think is true that makes us human.
What a fucking speech. I've said it several times, I love Altair, but Ezio is easily tied with him for greatest assassin in the franchise. Back at the villa, we regroup with all the assassins as we have the last of the codex pages. Here, we place the apple down, and when it shoots out beams of light, we see the codex pages come together to form a map of the world. This is when Ezio figures out that Rodrigo became Pope so he could get access to the vault in the Vatican, but also the Pope's staff, which must be another piece of Eden. Yeah, it looks like we're off to visit the Pope, lads. So we arrive in Rome in the year 1499, ready to end Rodrigo Borgia. We start this by climbing our way up the walls inside the Vatican City, and we take out a few guards quietly. But not quiet enough, as somehow they know we're here, so we drop onto a horse and charge forward. So we gallop past wave after wave of enemies until we start to get closer to where Rodrigo was staying. Here we got a trophy for stunning 4 guards with sand. Completely outnumbered, we decide to even the odds with a smoke bomb and pick off several enemies at once. After this, we spend the next few minutes cutting down the heavily armed and armoured guards, but they don't even come close to stopping us. Once inside, we sneak past or kill any guard we encounter. Finally, we spot Rodrigo preaching to some of the other priests. We then make our way over to him and assassinate Rodrigo Borgia.
I thought I was beyond this. But I'm not. I've waited too long. Lost too much. Requiescat in pace, you bastard.
I don't think so.
Turns out that staff is pretty fucking OP, but we're able to resist it as we have the Apple of Eden with us. We then even it up by activating some pretty overpowered abilities of our own. So, me and all the other Ezio's get ready to slaughter Rodrigo.
Sin City wasn't made for you.
Here, we spend a few minutes just beating the shit out of him.
You cannot stop me.
That is until he uses the staff yet again to knock us onto the ground. But as we reach for the apple to counter this, he appears behind us and is able to take the apple from us.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
He then uses both the pieces of Eden, hold us in place and stab us in the gut for the second time in this video.
Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice.
He then heads down into the vault and leaves us to die. But fuck that, we got another 2 games with Ezio, so he just walks off the knife wound like it didn't happen. We then follow him inside the vault. Once there, we see he is unable to open the way, meaning he isn't the prophet. So Ezio decides to challenge the Pope to a good old-fashioned fist fight. We then spend the next few minutes just punching the fuck out of a fat old man. But beating the Pope up will never not be fun. Obviously Ezio is able to overpower him, but sadly doesn't finish him off.
You can't. You can't! It's my destiny! Mine! I am the prophet!
You never were.
Get it over with, then.
No. Killing you won't bring my family back. I'm done. Nulla è reale. Tutto è lecito. Requiescat in pace.
This is where we use the pieces of Eden and realise we are the prophet. Here we get a trophy for finishing sequence 14. Once inside the vault, we are greeted by the image of Minerva, one of the Isu.
Who are you?
Many names. When I died, it was Minerva. Before that, Merva and Mera. And on. The others, too. Juno, who was before called Uni. Jupiter, who was before called Tinia.
For anyone confused, these Isu were the first race of people on Earth, and they created the humans in their own image to be slaves. They'd done this by using the pieces of Eden to mind-control humans, but eventually with enough crossbreeding between the humans and the Isu, some humans developed an immunity to the mind control and fought against the Isu. The first humans to do this were Adam and Eve. While the humans and the Isu were fighting, however, a catastrophic event occurred that wiped out nearly all of them. So they decided to work together after that to stop it from happening again. So Minerva here tells Ezio to shut the fuck up and explains all this to Desmond, who she knows is watching through the Animus.
It is done. The message is delivered. We are gone now from this world. All of us. We can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
After that, Desmond is woken up by Lucy as Abstergo have found out where we are hiding. So it's time to see if we really learnt the abilities of Ezio. We then head downstairs and meet a very old enemy.
Mr. Miles, this is an unexpectedly pleasant turn of events. And here I thought I'd have to waste more men on you. Kind of you to save me the trouble.
Unfortunately for Vidic, we did learn Ezio's abilities and are able to just cut down everyone he sends with the help of Lucy. Before we can kill him, however, Vidic escapes. Here we get a trophy for finishing the main story. So with the main story finished and only a few trophies left to earn, we simply had to do a few collectible trophies and a handful of others, but we also had to decode all of Subject 16's videos. Here we got a trophy for finding 8 statues in the Villa Auditore, another one for getting all weapon upgrades for Ezio, trophy for solving all of Subject 16's videos,
Eve.
Here we got a trophy for finding 100 feathers. We then returned all 100 feathers to our mother Maria.
Thank you, Ezio, for not forgetting about.
Our last main trophy for wearing the Auditore cape in every city. And with this, we unlocked the platinum for Assassin's Creed 2. So everyone, that was the Assassin's Creed 2 Platinum, and what a great start to an amazing trilogy it is, but also a great continuation on from Assassin's Creed 1, with the games literally taking place right after one another in the modern story. But this also sets up the next game, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, really well, so obviously that will be the next video. But this was back when Ubisoft was at its best, and easily when the Assassin's Creed franchise was at its most popular. But I really hope you all enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye.